Hello, Michael.
Hello, Shawn.
How's it going?
A little bit tired, but alive, here, awake. So,
You're so far. You're literally
yeah, I'm in the
right there.
cantina. You're at the Death Star. We're
Yeah,
calling each other from over there.
yeah, exactly. Let us know if you guys can hear us okay, as we're fairly close and proximal to our mics here. We want to make sure you guys are getting the audio quality okay. I know Ryan is not a call-in show, so unfortunately we'll not be able to hear from you today. So, but no, Michael is in fact here in the studio. He's arrived, and I'll let Michael tell you about his tale getting here, and then we'll set up what we're going to do for the weekend. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, so mostly it was an trip. It's, let's see, I got to customs and they're asking all the questions like I normally do. Why are you coming to Canada? What are you going to do? Where'd you come from? Re-ask the questions, see if we get the same answers. Where you headed to? Of course, by the time I done the park for 7 hours, so it was getting hard to think straight. And then they said, who are you going to go see? And I said, Shawn. Or I'm going to go see a friend. And they said, what's his name? I said, Shawn Morris. And they said, we need you to pull over there so we can check out your car.
Yeah,
and so they made me pull over. They went through the whole car, checked all my stuff. They were going through everything with a fine-tooth comb and got to the back and saw my boxes of minis with the acrylic sheet in front of the box and opened that up, or saw it, all the minis, and they kind of backed away like we didn't want to bust all that up. So you're good. Get out of here.
Nice. So, all right, I turned him up, Ryan. Hopefully, you guys can hear him. So, but
move a little closer if that helps.
That definitely makes you louder there. So, did you have any issues at customs like Shawn did? No, they didn't. They didn't pillage his items or deny him access, but he did say the trigger word, which is my name apparently.
Yep.
So
Shawn Morris.
yeah.
As I said it, I saw lights going off. I heard sirens in the background.
Yeah.
So
something pinged on the computer somewhere. So I don't know what I have done, but I am somehow labeled. So I feel like a little bit of profiling is going on, but that's fine. That's fine. I've got nothing. I'm squeaky clean, and they won't be able to peg Michael to anything. So he got here, but it's all good. So yeah, so Michael and I have a weekend planned. We're gonna do, obviously we're here to hang out, and we probably won't live stream our whole lives to you for the next 4 days. Just sorry about that. We had supper earlier, so we didn't live stream that. Although we could have been a cooking show. I'm pretty sure we're set up to pretty much live stream anything here. So
we should have put that on Instagram.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah, exactly. Or tweeted out at least
exactly.
what we had. But yeah, so as long as he can get out, well, if he can't stand, then we have another regular for Friday night fights. So I'm not sure how hard you're pushing for him to get back to the country, but there's that. But yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about the list. We won't chinwag here for too long. We will just preview the lists that we went through your voting, and we highlighted 6, 3 for Michael, 3 for myself. We'll probably play. Maybe we might even play them once off stream, just so that we're a little bit more familiar with when we do rock them on stream. But I think Michael and I are going to do some painting, some assembly, some general hobby stuff. We'll probably play a few side games. We might even crack out the Kashyyyk skirmish table, maybe just for a funsies. Yeah, so probably what we'll do is on Friday we'll run a regular Friday night fights. Michael will probably play Anthony. I'll probably cast. Just so that I can run all the buttons, because Michael's not familiar with them and Anthony's not familiar with them. So I'll probably do that. But starting tomorrow, Michael and I will probably, I don't know if we'll go live twice a day or what we'll do, but we will give you guys a game per day, and we'll set that schedule out, and we can probably just pick the regular time. Michael, just kind of go about that 7 o'clock. What we'll do is we'll go 7 here. So we'll go if 7 CST, how about that? Then we can go right at 6 o'clock here. That way you guys can catch it. East Coast guys can catch it. Brendan can catch it before he has to go to sleep. So all that good stuff. So we'll do that. Ryan, you can cast with me on Friday. I'll let you do that. But promise no eWeb conversation unless we're playing eWeb list, which we'll get into that in terms of what list we'll play in what order. So let's peg that down as 7 CST for the next three nights for sure, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If we get any bonus streaming time, we'll get that in. Yeah, we cater, Brendan, to all our. We keep track of all the things that you guys say in chat too. By the way, Sean Death was curious how those boiled hot dogs taste for supper, Michael, tonight. So
they were still a little frozen.
Fair.
think it helps if you heat the water first.
That's probably true. But in Canada, 90% of our water's tied up in housing, so we can't thaw that stuff out. So, baseball trades. What's an entire Boston Red Sox team getting traded? Because I heard they're real good this year. But yeah, so that'll be happening. We may bring you guys some additional stuff. I think Michael and I probably will plan to do a hobby stream maybe on Friday, Saturday too. So maybe for an hour or two, we'll turn the cams on over the table. We'll do a little chin wag about what we're working on, and you guys can pipe in and chat about that as well. So,
and should mention, I did have a box with all my hobby stuff, all my paints, tools, basic materials, everything ready to come up. And I realized I forgot to take it out of the car, so I went back out to get it, and it wasn't in the car. So the assumption is that that's still in my basement, that I forgot to pack that. I am not going back to get that.
I was gonna say that'll be awkward if Michael has to drive the 8 hours back because he forgot some glue.
Yep. But I'm hoping we can find something here. I hear you have a couple of materials around.
I have a couple, but I don't share. So we'll go to the gaming store tomorrow and find Michael some materials because I'm not sharing any of my stuff here. So. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm not only a bully, but I also don't share. So there's that. But yeah, so we'll do all those things. You guys can see Michael sitting in front of the wall, so he gets prime real estate here. We got a table set up. We have this table set up. I actually played a couple of games on it. I thoroughly enjoyed playing on this little setup, so we'll probably just use this for the first one, and then we'll do a few other things. So B Smith says seems unlikely that the studio has any glue. Yeah, it's quite unlikely that we do. So yeah, and I think that's what we'll probably end up doing for most of the weekend, just in and around all that stuff. But maybe chat a little technical stuff too. So as you guys know, just shameless plug here, we are working on getting that PTZ camera. So through the weekend, all that extra time we're putting in there, if you guys thoroughly enjoy that, make sure you guys let us know. And like I said, we're working on those improvements. I did say that when we reach this goal, whatever that is, I will make a new studio rule just for Bernard, but mostly because I think it's great incentive, that we will refrain from unpainted minis on the table once we have the PTZ camera, because there's no point in panning, tilting, or zooming in on unpainted models, with the exception that if anybody is new to the studio as a new player, I will not make that stipulation because I know new players like to use their own models. So that is a promise for you guys, though, when we reach this goal, that we will make sure we have everything painted and ready to go for you. Stuff's already happening to make sure that happens, but that will be a nice little incentive. So thank God. Okay, Ryan, who plays one list, 12 to 14 activations, single faction. I want to make sure all the models are painted just for you. So, Michael, do you want to get into some lists?
Sure.
In no particular order at this point.
So I should qualify one thing.
Oh yeah, you wanted. Yeah, did you send me those images as well? That you wanted me to.
They're messenger.
Oh, okay. I didn't grab them, but I will while you're chatting. Cool. So go ahead.
So one thing with lists, we said we would take the top 3 and match them up based on 1, 2, 3, and then I picked a tool that said it would prevent ballot box stuffing through various mechanisms. That apparently did not work.
I mailed in my vote, Michael.
Yeah. So it should be here in a week, and we'll add it to the count.
Yes.
So we used the final results more as a guide because there was some shenanigans going on. Also, there were a couple of lists that most lists between Shawn and I have, we were able to find all the units. There were a couple that we were unable to, so we selected those out, I guess, based on what we had available. But we did try to stick to it really close. So we tried to pick higher vote getters. So if you see something and you go back and check the results and say, hey, that wasn't the highest, that's why that happened. Also, there were a couple I know that were put in there as jokes against Shawn, and they got a lot of votes. So
yeah.
We did not stick Shawn with
hardly anybody seems to like me here. So
bullying the bully sounds fair.
Yeah, it seems quite fine. So I'm gonna grab a couple images here, Michael. If you want to preamble, I can bring them into.
The other thing is, I put up the vote, and we got a lot of votes right away, and I went back to look at stuff, and I initially asked for CIS lists, so there were obviously a lot of those. Out of the 15 lists that were submitted for me, 12 of them were CIS, and after I put up the vote, I was having a hard time falling asleep, so I went back and looked at the count, and the 3 lists that were not CIS, were at that point in time the top vote getters. So what Shawn is grabbing here is 3 pictures of all of my models that I brought with, knowing that the top 3 vote getters might not be CIS lists. So I would like to thank everybody for that. But fortunately, I do have a couple of CIS lists that will be played, so I will get to use some of my models that are in various states of painting, basing, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So these are not all completely painted. I hope you will forgive me, but most of them at least have base coats on them.
Yeah, they look. Yeah, I agree, Brendan. They look really cool. This paint scheme, we were just actually chatting about that pre-show. You will, sometimes inspiration comes in the most unlikely of places. Sometimes it's right under your butt. In which case, it's actually modeled after Michael's chair. So if you look at Michael's chair the next time he's on stream, have a look in behind and maybe perhaps go look at a previous episode. This blue scheme, this black and blue scheme is pulled literally from Michael's chair,
Yep.
According to him. So
Yep.
our sources.
Story a little bit. So Shawn actually played me in Winnipeg right before COVID lockdown did everything, and my V1s were all base coated. I hadn't finished all of them. Some of them were highlighted as well, and I wasn't satisfied with the way it was looking. I was trying to come up with something, couldn't figure it out. Bought the chair because I liked the looks of it, and one day when I was in the basement, happened to be looking at something else, turned over, looked at the chair, and said, "That's my paint scheme." It's black, it's primer accent is blue, there's a little bit of white, and a tiny bit of red as a pop accent color on it. I basically said, "Yep, that's it," and that's the way I've been painting everything ever since. So, for the choice, at least.
Sorry, folks, my allergies are really wild tonight. I was driving around my windows now, which is a poor idea today. So we got Michael's models here. I just loaded up the case. We have moved to shelf 3 of Rebel painted models. So we are, Tron Field. That's exactly what I said, Shawn, to him. We are filling slowly out the cases here in the studio. Michael has seen the gray plastic wave that is upstairs that is creeping over my entire kitchen table, and we've now moved onto the island as we kind of move through. So Ryan, those larger models are they're kind of an enigma, rarely seen, kind of like a unicorn Sasquatch, that rarity level. They're called vehicles. They do exist in this game, and we are hoping to put some on stream here this weekend, and perhaps teach folks like yourself on how to run them, and B, how to deal with them. So we'll teach you a little stuff, and maybe perhaps when we get into the lists, maybe I'll show you how to run eWebs too. So we have a little bit of that coming up. So Michael, in no particular order, Michael's list will be in red. That doesn't mean he is going to be red, but his lists are going to be on the red screens, and mine are going to be on the blue. Michael is first. We'll bounce back and forth. We will ask for some input in terms of what lists you'd like to see first, and then each subsequent stream we'll get a little feedback from the folks that are there. So without further ado, Michael, you want to roll into one of your lists?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. And we just grabbed screen grabs for these tonight, folks. We'll get them more polished look. We just use the Legion HQ tool, great tool to bring it up here. It's not as it doesn't have as fancy of a look, but it'll do the trick in terms of getting the information out, and then we'll port this over. Fridays will look polished. The other ones will be more banter up. So it'll probably be Michael and I on the microphones. We will ask if anybody wants to join the cast in terms of running both chat and chatting to us. We'll put a poll out tomorrow in case anyone wants to do Thursday's game, Friday's game, and Saturday's game. So we'll be looking for some people. We can get 3 other people, just come and hang out. You guys won't have a great responsibility other than chatting with us and chatting up chat as that goes. So if you guys are interested in that, then let us know. So Travis, we're actually going to run three consecutive nights at 7 CST. So just look for that. We may have to adjust Friday's time, though, just in terms of whether Anthony can make that earlier time or not. So, all right, Michael, let's have a look at your list. Why don't you read it out? You can see it and know what it is. So
so we've talked about this list before. When we talked about the Wookiee Fluttercraft list I've been running in the league. So this is that list. I submitted it myself as one for people to vote on. A number of people voted on it, and I think it's a couple of things. Number one, I think it'll be interesting for people to see it after we talk about it. Hopefully it has a decent showing. But also, Shawn has his 3 Fluttercraft put together. My 3 are all still in boxes, so I actually have a chance to play with physical models. So that'll be fun to fly them around an actual table for a change. So
the secret weapon is I've actually played Michael's actual submitted list, although this one has the bowcasters, not the bombardier ones. But I actually played this list twice last week, so I got some inside.
That's the same list that has the bombardiers in it.
Oh, it says bow. Oh, sorry, it has the bowcaster on. Oh, fair enough. Oh, that was a bowcaster. Oh, never mind. Then I played this exact list twice, so I know all the interworkings of it. I mean, after you play a list twice, you're pretty much an expert at it. So I think I'm probably actually better at this list than Michael at this point. So hey, Brian, how's it going? But yeah, no, this will be fun. I know what it does. It's deadly. I don't know what's going to match up against it. That's going to be, you guys are going to determine that tonight. So that'll be interesting. So hopefully you guys at least are kind to me, the 12 folks we got hanging out in chat right now. But you don't have to be. So this is Michael's one option for tonight, a 10-act 798 GAR list. So let's slide over and have a look at one of my potentials for the weekend, or will be a list for the weekend. And it is 10-act 788. Nice big 12-point bid. Not sure who submitted this one in particular, but here it is. It is a 10 activation Empire list, obviously. We got Director Krennic, so he'll be looking at walls and trees. With commanding presence and underworld connections. Why underworld connections? Well, just getting there. We'll have Boba Fett in here with push, situational awareness, and hacked comms unit. It also has Cad Bane, so running the double bounty. Don't know if I've ever played a double bounty list. Cad has up close and personal. I'm not even sure I've played Cad in a game. Maybe once I did. Did I play CAD? I don't think I have. Situational awareness, emergency transponder, and gauntlets. So once I figure out what all of those upgrades do, I'm sure I'll be quite good at playing him. 3 DLT stormtroopers there, and 3 strike teams with the DLT. So all kinds of DLT, nice ranged units here. And then Death Troopers, who's seen those in the last little bit. In fact, I played them 2 weekends ago in a skirmish list. So nice to see them in the list of DLT 19. So another DLT with O-Push and the config. So this reminds me of the days gone by of Empire here. So very sort of a historical Legion Empire list here. So a little bit of everything. Not sure if this is the Fluttercraft counter or not, but nonetheless, there it is with the double bounty. So hopefully I can do something with this list and give it a good little showing. So that'll be one of the options for me. So
to answer your question, that was Mr. Witty 82.
Oh, what did he say? Oh, Mr. Witty 82. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Also, I think talking about this, so this was a good opportunity. We were both talking about the list earlier. Is that it's a good opportunity for both of us to play units we don't normally play upgrades we don't normally play. And as I was looking at this, basically the CAD list is completely, or the CAD built loadout is completely different from what I do. I like playing with CAD, but when I put him on a list on the table, I have a very specific loadout that I use almost every time. Actually, I think every time I played him that I love. So this will be very different for me to see, and you'll be playing it, I guess. But
yeah,
it's and a lot of these units have upgrades that we talked about. We don't normally use, we don't normally consider. So having them in a list will be interesting to A, see if we remember them, and B, figure out how to use them, hopefully.
I think the last time I ran Boba Fett was LVO 2018, maybe. I think the first LVO I went to, which I think I have that year accurate. So yeah, so that was the last time I think I ran Boba Fett. Oh, you know what? No, I ran him at the same year for Gen Con, and Gen Con would have been later in that year. So I think I did still... run him Boba Fett? No, I didn't run Boba Fett in that. I ran Death Troopers. Yeah, scratch that. I think LVO. So, yeah. And Death Troopers, that was at Gen Con the last time I've ran those on a list. So,
do you know how to play Death Troopers without medics?
No. They just come back for free, I think, though, right?
I'm sure that's what happens.
Yeah, I did run the Death Troopers in that skirmish list, too. So, me and Jay switched lists. So, yeah, so this one's got all kinds of range 4, feels good. And then, however the bounty hunters work, that'll be fun. Throwing CAD tokens down feels good. And then extra suppression from Krennic. I remember he's got some good cards there. So, all right, well, this could be an option for me. Let's go back to Michael. Michael's also going to feature on one of these nights. This little doozy here, 9-act, 800 points on the nose. Michael, you got quite a few units to choose from here.
I do. So it's pretty straightforward. It's the T Series Commander with Krennic Presence, 6 B2s with the HA upgrade, and a T Series in all of those, and 2 Droidicas with HQ uplink. And to the surprise of, well, maybe no one after they saw the pictures, I do have enough droids here to play this list.
Yeah, this will be super fun. I really hope that we take limited visibility in this list, just so Michael can run all the things up, feel like he's in the game from the get-go, and then just unleash the wall of fire that'll be that. So this is a great list for a 2-day tourney. Not much to keep track of. Absolutely. I mean, you can play 6-day tourney with this list. So everything's redundant. You got a ton of wounds. I don't even. What's that? You have. What is it? 4-man B2s, and then so you have 4, then so 7 in there, so 42 wounds, another 52, 62 with your droidicas, and then add your T series in.
Yep, another 4. 66.
Yeah, 66 wounds feels good with regenning shields once per turn. So, and that HAW is blast, and any other keywords on that? I forget till it's on the HAW. Has it got impact on that? It's been a while since I've seen a HAW really run, but I feel like it's got blast and maybe impact. Michael's bringing it up here for me. Somebody in chat will grab it before.
Somebody will find it for me.
Yeah.
I'm moving a little slow after all the time on the road.
All the time driving around. Yeah. So that is a potential for Michael there at 9 acts.
The HA has blast, cycle, impact 2.
Okay, I thought it had impact. I wasn't sure what the impact value on it was. Yeah, cycle, that's fine. We know that. You get the T series to help you out with all those things. So that'll be a doozy of a list. I'm not sure. Maybe that gun line would be the we got there. Maybe that gun line would be a nice matchup against this one. At least it can hit you before you get there. But
I think you're right that limited is so when the fog clears and they're all right.
Exactly.
That sounds good.
Yeah, play Lim Biz, cancel all that range 4 potential that you have, and then then just be right there. So this seems good. So that's
battle lines. I call it now. That's
fair enough. Why not him did? Why not?
I heard you can play your game and pick your game and make your opponent play it. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't even care what Michael brings. I'm just gonna play my lists.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look at, speaking of my list, let's have a look at this list. So this is a Blizzard Force inspired list, obviously, as the title would suggest. 10 activation, 797. Got Darth Vader here with Vigilance, Force Push, Burst of Speed, and Choke. So we've talked about him a little last night in our spotlight. So similar upgrades to what we talked about. Jace was suggesting Vigilance, so that is, I don't know who submitted this list, but I didn't look at any of these lists, by the way, until just now. Michael just sent them over, but I said I'm just going to deal with them on the fly. So the Stormtroopers, DLT, and 97C. Okay, so no HH12s, but this will be. We also ran this loadout, and it seems to work fine. 3 Flamer Snows feels real good. There is 4 EWEB teams. So I think I have 3 upstairs, and then I have another base with an extra EWEB, so we'll probably just throw a base down that. So 4 EWEBs in here, emergency transponders, barrage generator, and then another barrage generator on the other one. So obviously no points to get. Well, I guess they're technically, no, I guess it's 4 points, so couldn't have got that in. But so this seems like an interesting list. Base of fire, lots of EWEBs. You got range 3 band covered off. Range 1 band feels pretty deadly with the snowtroopers coming in. You got the range 4 band covered off, and then whatever band Vader's at. So, no HH12s because the list was submitted with no HH12s. That doesn't mean that you can't have HH12s. So
I will point out, if you got an HH12s, you could fit that other upgrade in on the EWEB.
That is true. In fact, I would have saved 10 points per unit.
Yeah.
So 8 points per unit. So I could have saved myself 16 points, and then had that other, and still had 12 points to play with. So Perhaps I could have actually stuck frag grenades on
snows.
yeah, on the snows, which have
scary.
which have been really really deadly in there. But yeah, so I'll just run this this trash list with the e-webs and see how that that goes. So
And that was Rich S.
fair enough. I mean, I'm not knocking Rich for the
No,
submission. We appreciate that.
Nice
But I really hope that we get to play breakthrough with this list because I feel it's pretty strong at that. So yeah, run those e-webs to the other end. So this will be yeah. This versus the B2s. Yeah, that could get a little spicy. That's for sure. Ryan, don't hurt yourself. Me smacking my head off the table when you said no one runs PK droids last night. Jeez. By the way, you almost made Michael, like, I think, go off the road. He called me with a serious case of road rage after listening to last night's episode. So
there's nobody else on the road.
So there was that, but no, we'll give it a run. We'll see how the e-webs do. Hopefully, I don't end up against a range 4 list because that could be bad news, bad day. But that'll be a list that I'll be playing, and we're not sure which order, so you guys will determine that here in a minute. We got 2 more lists to get through, so yeah, I mean, fair enough. You can invite him, so he could just come up to the studio like Michael. So Michael, this is your other list here: 11 acts, 791. First of all, I don't believe you run PK dreads. I heard no one runs them. So this 11 acts, 791. This is an interesting one here, Michael. It's a CIS list, but you wouldn't know that from first blush here, as it's being led by a Pike Capo.
Yep. Well, there's the T series in there as well.
True. I mean, at first blush, you get the Pike Capo listed top of mind there. So yep. Take us through the rest of the list.
Yeah, this was definitely a team list that was submitted, and I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but this came up actually in discussion when this Debaticus, when we were playing our game this round, and we were talking about different lists, fun lists. And he mentioned he wanted to see a list with all the whips he could stuff into it.
Yeah, it says whips.
He did submit this, and so we got the 3 pikes with the whips, the 3 magnas with the whips. So yeah, my luck, I run into vehicles with this list. So, but otherwise, I don't know how good it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, if you whip the e-webs, they'll officially be stagnant. So that'll be that. So yeah,
6 immobilized potential in a turn was can really lock down where people are moving to.
Yeah, and 3 Magna Guard. I just do not want to face this list at all. Yeah, 3. Now they are Magna whips and not Magna rockets. That doesn't mean that they're not deadly. That just means that they're going to be needing to be a little closer before they start putting the hurt on me. But yeah. Yeah, I hate the B1 heavy. B1s with PKs are the only fit. Yeah, for sure. Of course, PKs are fantastic for keeping all things alive, including Magna Guard. But you'll notice that we have a distinct lack of PK droids in all of the lists thus far. So when models die, models are dead in these games. But let's have a look at the last.
You should say that.
Yeah, exactly. Let's have a look at this last list. This is a fun one, and if you run into vehicles, we only have 1 vehicle featured in all these lists.
No.
Oh no, because we have 3 Fluttercrafts in the other one.
They don't have armor, though.
That's true. They don't have, so they don't count. They're not real vehicles. Plus, they're going to be blown out of the sky immediately. So if you're not tuning in for the first 2 turns, which I hope, they won't be in existence.
My dice.
I know, that's true.
My dice.
That's true. You have
Shawn and I have a history of dice.
No explosions, so it should be all right.
No, I still get to play explosions.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. You do get multiple turns of explosions. But I'm getting a tank in one of these lists. So although the Impact B2 list might be a little bit of a pain for this tank list here, if you do get to range, because that's a lot of impact. With all those shots. So this one is a 798, 10 activation. I got a T-Series with aggressive tactics, comms relay, and binoculars. Great for the tank. There's 4 B1 battle droids, 4 with radiation cannons and PK droids. And then we have 4 additional B1s with radiation cannons and battle droids. So there's 8 rad cannons in this list. So if you guys are really cruel, you're going to match me against the B2 list so that the poison tokens do absolutely nothing. Or you can be kind and you can put this list against someone's list, Michael's list, that actually have rad cannons proccing. But the way you guys go, this will be facing the V2 list, and the rad cannons will be just more dice in the dice pool.
So the other thing is, even the whips list, if the whips get in, they get into melee, they immobilize the peak or the rad cannons, so they can't move out, and then they can't shoot the rad cannons either.
So this list will be facing the Fluttercraft list.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
That is what I'm hearing as well. So, who submitted this one, Michael? Do we know? Oh, okay, fair enough. So Brendan submitted this one. B Smith in chat submitted this one here. So, yeah, that's what we got. And the balance of the list is just thrown in there for flavor is the AAT. It's got the tac droid, armor piercing, high energy, and linked targeting array. So, when you got that tank with linked targeting array taking its own aims, and then maybe perhaps electro binoculars for another one, three aims seems good.
I just threw it in though because I didn't know what to do with the other 200 points.
That's 203 points exactly. Yeah, exactly. Left those points on the table, but decided that the 205 point would be too much of an aggressive bid, and we're not able to fit any more B1s in there. So no multi-act lists. I'm not sure what you mean by multi-act lists. This one has 10, so that would be 10 activations. Not sure what multi-act lists mean. We'll let. Does he mean like 12 or more activations? Yeah, that's what it says in chat. So in order to be multi-act, you have to be 12 plus now? It sounds like a made-up rule in Legion.
I'm pretty sure the definition of multi needs to be looked up.
Yeah, because there's 10, there's 11, there's 10, and I think 9. So I mean, we literally have only one list. It's not cresting double digits here. So, yeah, I mean, 10 and 11 is a sweet spot, I think. There was some non-upgrade lists submitted, and this doesn't have to be the only time we can do this sort of thing. Michael will jump back on camera here, but we can certainly do this in the future for sure. We want to give this a run. We're going to give you guys 3 live streams, so hopefully you guys will get a fill of Legion. And Ryan, I'm not sure if you submitted any lists, but had you submitted some lists, or next time if you want to submit some lists, just give us a whole bunch of multi-act lists. So Michael is defining the term multi there. English, combining 4 or more, combining from. Oh, there we say it's yeah. Gotcha. You got 4. Is it from or more? What does that?
Yeah, I copied something.
The copy paste didn't cover. Yeah. So
it's combining form was a
okay.
And then the definition is
more than one. Okay, gotcha. We got it. We got it figured out. There we go. More than one. Yeah, we got it figured out.
It didn't paste in as.
Okay, but more than one would be multi to me. I mean, I've never heard of 12 plus being multi. But fair enough, Ryan. We do not have any 12 plus acts on the table, but I think we got some good lists, and we'll give them some. Put them through their paces, and you can tune in and chime in and cast on Friday if you feel, and we'll do that and make it happen. So what we need to know from you guys though is what list is Michael going to run first? So just taking you back through real quick, and I will we'll call this the Fluttercraft list. So we got the Fluttercrafts there. Reminder about that one. We have the B2 spam. So if you guys want to call that out in chat, that's fine. I know there's only a few of you here, but that's fine. You can do that. You can get your say in. And then we'll do each subsequent stream. We'll get the next ones, or you can do all the whips. So we'll call it some Fluttercrafts, B2 spam, or all the whips. So we'll let you guys cast your vote in there. Please do vote if you guys are in the chat. It will help us out. We'll let Michael's list be established first. Then I think that's best because then we can get the appropriate. Counter to that. We'll have a selection of counters. You guys will get to choose. So, I'm not sure if it's BDSM. I feel like Ryan's on his own little tangent here on the side. So, okay, we got Noah coming in with all the whips. Thank you, Noah, for the first the vote there.
One vote for not the whips and one vote for the whips.
Oh, is there? Did I miss?
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to him So it looks
Okay.
like so far two.
2 for the whips. Okay. People liking that CIS matchup.
Yeah.
So far, Shawn Death's coming in with all the whips. Shawn Death's a little disappointed. There's not a lot of HH12s, but that's okay.
So now I'm confused though. I don't know if people actually want to see this list or if they're voting for it because Ryan said no.
Oh no, I think they're
It
voting.
could be a combination. I guess they're not mutually exclusive.
I think they're voting. So Nathan coming in with the whips, Shawn with the whips, Noah with the whips. Looks like it's leading the way, but we'll give people a few minutes, and then while you're oh, there we go. Stand in with the whips. Okay, that seems pretty good. I mean, we only need to reach like 6 votes to be a majority on this particular one. I know that we just threw this up. This was kind of a last minute thing for us tonight, but like I said, tomorrow you guys will be here for an actual stream. We'll get some pre stuff done up in a bit. Any list with pikes? Okay, whips are the new new era. Okay, fair enough. The new era HH12. So. Looks like so far the whips are leading the way. So while considering that,
Callie says you're supposed to vote for him.
Oh, vote for currently driving on this. Oh, currently driving on the streets. Okay, Pally said whips too. That's what I heard. Cool. So it's whips. Consensus. All right. So now the real picking happens.
We find out who they like more.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're going to find out. So what is going to face the whips? We have double bounty. So that's Cat and Boba with all the range 4 business gun line. So we got double bounty. That'll be one. The other option is the quad E-Webs, otherwise known as Blizzard Force. So we'll go Blizzard Force there. So it's quad E-Webs Vader. So that'll be the other option. So double bounty or Blizzard Force. And then the last one will be, it says Echo-based Defenders, but this is not. I'm not sure how they got that labeled there.
I
but
think they've got a bug that when you click on a link to get back to it, it doesn't change that properly.
Fair enough. We are not calling this Echo-based Defenders. We are going to call this...
We'll call it armor. It is.
You could call it like radioactive.
There you go, radioactive.
This will be the radioactive one here. So, Shawn Death coming in with the whips versus Blizzard Force. Can the Empire stop the advance, or will they be whipped senseless? I like he's already writing he's writing perhaps a video description for us. I like that. Get the double bounty out of the way. Gotta save the BF for Friday night with me. Apparently, we have to save Blizzard Force. That is not a rule here. So feel free to cast as you will. So what is facing the whips? Double bounty, Blizzard Force, or radioactive?
It's like one vote for Blizzard Force, one vote for double bounty. So
yeah, this
double bounty.
Yep, Noah's going with double bounty here. This radiation cannon list will be interesting. I don't know if I have enough poison tokens for all the potential. Yeah, fair enough. We'll have to punch out some more. So, okay, Ryan, you already got a vote in there for double bounty. So just rewriting, it's not giving you extra. Frizzle Dizzle coming in with the Rads. Yeah, coming in for the Rad vote. Yeah, I think it's one. All right, so now we are at 2 Rads, 2 double bounties, and. Yeah, I think we're
loses his vote because he's voted 3 times.
Pally says double bounty. No, Pally did not say double bounty. I'm refraining from voting for Pally for right now because I'd rather the folks that are in chat get their say there. Nathan is saying double bounty, so it looks like we're at 3 double bounty and 2 for the radiation cannons. Let me slide over that double bounty list just to see. Yeah, Ryan's desperate. Yeah, that's the truth. Krennic double bounty. 3 DLTs, 3 DLT snipers, and a death trooper. What's up?
Ryan does not need a win.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'll change mine to double bounty to make him happy. He needs, yeah, fair enough. Frizzle, that's the worst list in my opinion. Oh my goodness. We're not here to rate the lists. Okay, Ryan, let's just calm down for a second. Nobody's claiming these to be meta. Nobody claimed these lists to be world toppers or anything like that. These were fun submitted lists for us to play on camera to entertain people. That will be a guarantee. So it's not a...
I will also point out, part of the ask when we asked for people to submit lists was, what haven't you seen in a while that you want to see? What fun combinations that you've always wanted to see somebody try? What model... combination that you've never seen put together that you think would be fun and interesting. So it wasn't give me a world's winning list. list.
Well, and Ryan's asking what is fun. I'll tell you what's fun about this. The fact that I haven't run boba in like a forever, and I don't think I've ever ran CAD. So there's that. There's that.
But why would you use this list? You pick one list, you stick to it, no matter what.
Yes, I've done that lots of times, and I've got lots of reps in with lists. But um, I haven't used Death Troopers in a while, and I love Death Troopers, including running quad Death Troopers. So that's fun. That's a fun aspect of this. The only non-fun unit in this whole entire list that I would deem as not fun is Krennic, and only because I think he's most efficient when he's doing nothing, because then he's alive. So is he boring? Sure, but is that kind of my play style?
He's there to get a Death Trooper in.
Exactly. So yeah, I think this could be perfectly fun. So yeah, that's fair. I'm so sad the four tons didn't make the cut. Oh yeah, no, fair enough, Shawn. We did talk about. Yeah, you know what? But here's the thing. So these are the lists that we're going to play in those sort of scripted, scheduled games. We may run some side games, and we very well may make some additional casts. What we don't want to do is we just want to overcommit, and you guys expect 6 games over the weekend, and we're only able to film 3. But if we can get an extra one in, because I do agree, I wouldn't mind running the Tons as well. And yeah, and Michael's been run over by the Tons before, so.
It's my turn to run you over.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So while I could help assist Michael in my own execution using the taunts against me, which would be perfectly fine, it wouldn't be the first time I've orchestrated my own death in Legion. I think I did that with Blizzard Force the first time I played with them. But yeah, so
Callie, the Yoda 2 lat was actually one of the lists we had to eliminate. Shawn only has 1 lat.
I gave one of my lats away, so I bought 2, but I gave one away, so I actually don't have 2 here.
I didn't know until I got here. Otherwise, I would have packed mine.
Yeah, so I will purchase another lat, but I don't have a second lat here that's assembled, so we had to eliminate that currently. So I've been feverishly assembling all the things based on all the things that I had saw coming across. I only briefly glanced at your submissions, but I didn't see the actual vote, so I didn't know what came up. So had I known that, I would have just arranged to have another one here if I knew it was one of the top ones. But yeah, but as I said, this doesn't have to be the only time we ever do this. So we can certainly take some submissions more in the future. So, okay, Michael, did we see what came up here? Did we get a?
I think it sounded like the double bounty.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to have a double bounty. Stream that in my basement. Ryan is setting up his own streaming service, by the way. He's going to be in direct competition with us. So that's a really good time to point out that we are actually raising money for a PTZ camera. You can donate to Ryan, but we also appreciate your dollars if you want to see us keep doing fun things. By the way, folks, I'm just going to jump back in the booth here. By the way, folks, I was looking through my wall of things here. I didn't realize that I had 2 more unopened skirmish kits. So I think what Michael and I will do during our streams is we'll gift out some more skirmish sets, because I didn't realize that we still had skirmish kits here to give away. So we'll give at least the full contents of one of those. The skirmish kit, the new skirmish kit. I have multiples of them. So we'll do that as well. So Michael also got his card sleeves tonight. So if you guys had a chance to, or haven't had a chance to jump over and join the Patreon, you guys can go head over there. We still got about, I think, 14 spots on the Patreon. So if you want to get those card sleeves, because when those are gone, that's it. So those 14 remaining people, plus the folks that are already on the list, they will all be receiving the card sleeves. So if you guys haven't got a chance to be there, that's how you support what we're doing in the studio. And you guys can see I've been busy working on making the studio look even cooler for you guys. So that's just a mock-up, by the way, that you guys see back there. That will be all replaced with acrylic. So that acrylic is getting cut and printed and mailed from Australia. So you can just imagine that takes some doing, but we're doing it to make it look cool. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Michael and I will be on the table. Like I said, we'll probably play the game in the morning just to sort of brush up on the list, so that we have some knowledge of what we're going to run, so that when we run it later on, we look a little bit more polished. But the
difference between Shawn likes to look like he knows what he's doing. I just go.
I generally don't like to look like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm generally just use the same thing over and over. But when I'm going to use something for you guys, I gotta brush up. And the results in the morning will not impact the results in the afternoon or the evening. Just so that you know. But we'll reference back to, hey, when I rolled that earlier, it rolled all hits, and somehow now it's not rolling any hits at all. So
7 crits on every UF roll.
I will be rolling 7 crits on every UM roll because I was told that's the expected result. I went to tellmetheodds.net, and it told me that 7 is the expected result on each UM shot. So I will.
Okay, now I got to check the website because I'm sure that's not it.
It's probably not, but yeah. So let us know, guys, if you're going to be here. Like I said, 7 CST tomorrow. Possibly Friday. We'll update you on Friday. I just got to get confirmation from Anthony. Otherwise, we'll go a regular time on Friday. And then Saturday, we'll also run an afternoon stream, maybe around noon-ish or so for hobbying. And that will go Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well. So if you guys want to come and do a little chinwag with us, as we hobby up some stuff, that's great. I realize that some people obviously work through the week, so you might have to catch that later. We'll live stream it so you guys can catch up. See what we worked on. But if you guys want to join us even on Saturday, come hang out, and we'll do some giveaways as well, just because it's fun to do that sort of stuff. And yeah, that's what we kind of like to do here: have fun. Playlists we don't know. What's the expected result, Michael?
Well, I had to check because if we're making fun of somebody, that's fine. But if you're imputing my site, I have to go take a look.
that's
so
right,
if
yes.
you have an EWEB with garage generator with 1 aim, so if you give it more, it can help out.
Yep.
With 1 aim, you expect and surge crit.
Surge crit. Yep.
So with all that, you expect 1 crit.
1 crit.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was told more. What can I expect to hit at range 4?
You can expect not to shoot.
Oh, jeez. Wow, this unit does seem good. So I kid, Brian. I kid. I'm sure you're very effective with them, but and obviously rolling a lot more crits than I am. So we'll see. We'll see. Dice are dice, and they can sometimes do things, but we'll see how they work, and we'll see how those heavy response teams work. I will tell you this: the heavy response unit will do things. It may die depending on what matchup we get it in, but actually, no, never mind. It's going to be I don't have to worry about Fluttercrafts running over it because it will not be in the Fluttercraft game. It's in the double bounty list, isn't it? Oh no, never mind. It's not. That's the DLT wall that I have. Oh, never mind. There is still a chance that they get run over by Fluttercraft because that is how I killed the heavy response unit, just running them over with the Fluttercraft, and they melted quickly. So we'll see. But they also put a big dice pool into that Fluttercraft, so there's that. Maybe Michael gets limited visibility in all these. But oh, by the way, we do not have any command decks built.
Some of them do.
Some of them did. Oh, yeah. Okay, because I didn't clip all the bottom portions of those. So if they had it,
if they don't have commands or don't have the objectives, we will fill those out ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So if you when looking at the list there, just in case you were curious, some of them had. Did they all have command hands? No, this one didn't. Yeah, the B2 didn't have a command hand, so we'll pick that one. I don't think this Pike Magna Guard list had a command hand. This one here obviously does. So here's the double bounty command hand for you right there. So it's a Boba card, a Krennic card, Boba card. Sorry, a CAD card. Then you got deploy the garrison, so another Krennic card, and then a CAD card. So, a good mix in there. So
we will use what was submitted. We will fill in.
Correct.
What's not there.
Yeah, we'll play them as close to the user intent as possible. Why don't you say user intent? We'll play them as close to the user submitted as possible, and then the user can then let us know if that was the intent or not.
Yep.
So
but we will not change units or upgrades. We will use
correct.
Those as is.
Yeah, we'll just use everything as is. So I'm looking forward to the double bounty. What am I playing against? I'm doing whips.
Yes.
Whips. Let me go back to that whip list again here. Oh, this third one. Okay. Well, I like the double bounty options here because I have two sort of soft bellies. Yeah. But who knows? Maybe we'll play intercept where bounties less likely to proc or matter. And then I have a lot of whips, so as long as I run away from you. But I do not like the Magna Guard in the sense that they get into that double bounty. Where's that double bounties right here? Yeah, the Magna.
I think I'm running into CAD would be a good place to be.
Yeah, I need to. Well, here's what I need to be on top of buildings with CAD because no scale on Magna Guard hurts. Yeah, boba and all the things. So yeah, this will be very interesting because if you get into any of the soft stuff, basically MagnaGuard will almost one shot most of these things. Just have to shoot them as much as possible, and no PK droids in there. So
I think that's going to be the theme of the 3 days: is can my list get close enough before you thin them out?
I will tell you right now, I'm going to be using the back square 6 inches of every table that I'm playing on because all the lists that I have seem to like to ball up here. So
ball up at range, and mine like to be in your face. So
yeah, that's fair.
We do
So,
have a theme.
and if we don't have deployments, then it'll be real interesting to see who gets the blue. So who gets? I guess I'm blue on this one at 788.
Well, you get choice of blue.
Well, I will. So it's red or dead is what I was told yesterday. But given the fact that you're going to be running all the whips, I think I want a long deployment. I think I want something far away from you, Michael. So I might take blue, just because things like box grab seem good, and there's a few other things that I might go for. I'll reserve the right to check that out tomorrow. So stay tuned, folks. We'll wrap it up. We got to that hour mark. Tomorrow, 7 CST. We'll put some spoilers or some screens out through the day. I'll have to work on all the screens because as much as Friday Night Fights takes me to prepare, this week apparently I'm going to do five podcasts this week.
Yeah, something like
regular show, this one, then 3 others, and then potentially 3 three hobby streams. That'd be 8 or 9 casts this week. It's perfectly fine. That is why we appreciate you helping us out and supporting. And obviously, I'm on vacation, so I will give you all my time for free. But we will put the equipment through its paces this week. That's for.
So I'm going to go get some sleep now. Shawn's got work to do.
I'll be up for a while just preparing for tomorrow's stream. So. Who am I kidding? I got about 6 or 7 hours before I even go to sleep on these days. So Michael will be long out, and Michael will just be waking up when I'll be probably heading to bed for a bit. So, but we'll see you guys tomorrow. Check us around noon. We'll put out a little bit of a hobby cast tomorrow. We'll probably be assembling some more things to make sure we have everything ready for the stream.
We need to get some pikes together.
We do need to put some pikes together. Oh yeah, because how many pikes do we have on that list?
3.
Okay, yeah, so we
got 2 together.
Yeah, one more pike unit to go get that put together, and then probably some rad cannons. Make sure we got all those.
Yeah, well, I got 6 of them. So.
Yeah, we'll need to do 2 more. So
okay.
Yeah, we'll get that all buttoned up. All right, folks.
You don't have 6 rad cannons put together? I thought everybody did.
I heard 6 rad cannons are just like vehicles, non-existent.
No, those were 6. Sorry, those were.
I haven't seen a rad cannon in a while. I tried to run some rad cannons on TTS, but. They were tricky. I think you need the right table for rad cannons. This table here is not too bad though.
No,
I think
it's got some line of sight block.
Yeah, and there's enough cover on there. I think we'll be all right. So when we play anything else, we're going to clear. I think we're going to play one desert, just straight desert, just sand, no terrain at all. The EWEB game. We'll do that because I heard they're basically large area terrain pieces.
Yep, and the Fluttercraft because they're not going to have any cover anyways.
That's true. Cover 2 all the time apparently.
Exactly.
So
they do because it's on board.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, we're looking forward to that. You guys come check us out tomorrow. Stay tuned on the Discord for all the prompts and the links for all the things. And then if you want to win some skirmish stuff, and by win I just mean if you want to hang out and get skirmish cards, because we'll probably give away quite a few sets this weekend. I think so. I don't know how many eight come in a box. I think eight sets.
I think it's 8.
I'm good to give away. I can give away at least 12 sets. I just want to make sure we got everybody covered. I'll give away 12 sets this weekend. Yeah, 12 sets will be fine. Yeah,
maybe 1 per cast or 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2 per cast.
2 games, 1 for everything else.
Yep, sounds good. We can do that. So awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you.
Hanging on short notice, and participating. Appreciate it.
We'll see you tomorrow. And Michael's got a long journey. He's
gotta go back home to get my hobby.
Exactly. Yeah. So Michael will race home real quick, and then hopefully be back tomorrow for the hobby stream at noon. So you better leave now, Michael. Yeah. You can make it.
No.
You'll lose an hour and then gain an hour coming back. So.
Right. So it'll be the same.
But maybe you go halfway and have your wife just like FedEx them to the halfway point.
Except they're not at home.
That's also true. Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, I can probably lend you some glue.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
You're a gentleman.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Cheers.